Well, I made it to Oahu Island and did a quick tour by the lodge owner when we landed yesterday morning. And then a bunch of us went snorkeling and in the national park section of the beach. Unfortunately, tide was going out. High tide is sunrise and sunset at the moment. Low tide is the middle of the day, so there are a few places that were getting sketchy. So this morning, all of us decided to go ahead and hike Mount Tumu, I believe is what it is. So here we are. Everybody else is way behind me. All the young kids took a water break at a mile. Sorry, about 2 miles in. I'll probably keep going at the top. It's about 2.5, 3 miles up to the top. I'll sit up there, enjoy the view, get some water, hopefully take some nice pictures. But this trail is very overgrown in some places and quite passable in others, so just gotta keep looking out for the orange markers to tell you where to go. Some of the really overgrown sections. I've been trying to break some sticks to make it a little more obvious for everybody behind me. But they say there's no views till you get to the top, and so far they're right. It's just dense jungle, bunch of hermit crabs. Haven't seen any coconut crabs yet. So the guys are really excited to see them. Hopefully we find one. And here we have our first coconut crab, standing in the middle of a very thin trail. He's getting defensive. He doesn't want to let me pass. There you go, buddy. Have fun. Say hi to the guys for me. Well, that was interesting. He was very defensive and jumpy. Of course, all the sticks I was snapping probably didn't help. I'm out here at the lodge again, taking more astro pictures. The lodge is right next to the runway, so a bunch of us have been coming right out to the end of the runway. It's nice and flat and clear, and stargazing. So I've been out here with my camera and my move shoot move, doing some basic Milky Way stuff, and have been doing a little bit more deep space stuff with my 50mm lens. But this is set up, if you can see it. Got my tripod, my move shoot move, and my camera with my 16mm lens. So it's looking good. I've been getting some kick butt Milky Way shots. Unfortunately, one just popped, so I'll have to see if I can show you one the next time it comes up. And that's the battery change. There's the pictures of the Milky Way that I'm getting straight off the back of the camera. Looking pretty good. They are not getting too many star trails at all, but they are looking pretty phenomenal. So the flight from Afu back to Pago Pago was a little delayed this morning, but we finally landed back in Pago at 11:30 this morning. Unfortunately, some storms and some weather moved in, so I didn't get my last snorkel in the morning before we left. But oh well, I guess I'll just have to come back at some point. The snorkeling was pretty spectacular. Now I'm doing the lava trail. I think that's how you pronounce it. Parked at the trailhead, I was the only person there. Saw a couple of vehicles pull in and then back out again. It was a little unmarked, so just kind of parked wherever. Hopefully don't get hit or I'm not in the way. But as I was getting my stuff together, another truck pulled in with a couple of guys in it, and they got out and they were eating their lunch. They're asking me if I was hiking by myself. So, kind of sketchy. Hopefully the car is still there when I get back. Hopefully everything is still in the car when I get back. I did leave one of my cameras buried down in the bottom of my bag. So, that'd suck if that gets lost. I should have pulled the memory card from it, but I didn't want to dig into the bag to get it. So when we were landing back in Pago Pago, it was blue skies and sun. Looked all sorts of great. After I got my rental car, it was all sorts of overcast and raining. So I don't know why it flipped so fast. I'm hoping by the time I get up to the top of this one that it'll be clear enough. But we'll see. After this, I've got a couple more short hikes to go. And the first red eye of the return flight will be tonight at 11:55. So that should be a lot of fun. It'll be my first class experience. So at least I will be able to lay the seat all the way back and get some sleep. Looks like that wraps up the trip. And I say, pretty sure the sunset's not going to do anything else, so I took a few more pictures of the waves. This is a really cool spot, the Samoa Ridge in National Park of American Samoa. It's pretty sweet. So now I'm going to walk back up to my car before it gets too dark. Then I'm going to head back into town, get some dinner, turn the rental back in, and head to the airport for my first red-eye flight of my very long return trip home in wet pants, wet shoes. So it's going to be a long one, but it was a reasonable trip, other than some weather interfering with some plans. But otherwise, I think I got a few keepers. This is been a really cool little stop, that's for sure. I'm glad I made it here at sunset when I did. So I guess I'm happy I got rained on, and that caused me to get here later. So you never know what's going to happen until you try it. This is awesome. Back after 2 red eyes and a couple of long layovers. I got in the airport and Pago. Now at 10 o'clock Thursday night. It is now 8 o'clock Saturday night, and and I am home, almost. I just got to my car, let's just say that. I finally made the mistake of booking a different return airport than I flew out of. So thankfully, Mom and Grandma were kind enough to come over to Columbus, fetch me up out of the airport, and then drive me back down to Cincinnati to pick up my car. So I still got another hour and 15 minutes home. But this trip was mostly okay. Just a quick out and back. Weather was pretty reasonable until it started to get kind of stormy. That is National Park of American Samoa is off the list. So I've got 10 left to go. Alaska has 8. Dry Tortugas and Virgin Islands. And then I will be done with all 63.